Welcome everyone. Now today we have to talk about a serious matter, which is the FFA tier list. You know that even though I don't play that much of an FFA now because I'm focusing 1 versus 1 and 2 versus 2 for the EGC TV 2 versus 2 tournament, I will still play FFA every weekend. So if you want to watch FFA, tune in on the weekend because we will play some FFAs on the weekend on live stream, of course. So, first of all, which are the still as civilizations for FFA? Well, one of them is English. The reason behind that is the enclosures. Not just the enclosures, but you can rush someone very, very easily. You can kill it. You have cheap farms. So let's say you do the no scout build, but you have a neighbor and you are not collecting sheep. You can still just open with farms, and with that you can just rush your opponent even faster than your opponent who is actually making a scout to gather up some sheep. What you can actually do is you start with 3 farm, you send villagers some wood. So actually you have your TC next to a wood line and start with farms, build a mill, etc. You have a really good time playing with the English, even from the early game to the late game, right? Because in the late game you have passive gold generation, you have just 100 villager on food and you generate more than 1000 gold per minute, right? Is it like 60 villager on food and 720 gold per minute, which is kind of crazy. So English has no problem. You have really good siege. Trebuchet geometry got fixed, so the geometry now increased the bonus damage, and the best trebuchet is still the English trebuchet. Of course, Byzantine trebuchet not bad as well, but I think still the best trebuchet is for the English. Also, you have the Wingard Rangers, you have the Wingard Footman, so you have a really good amount of units to play on the FFA. Survivability really high. Gold generation insane. Yeah, so you have everything that I think is really needed for English. Also on water maps it's really good as well. French. Now actually I was playing with French, and let me tell you something. On the first attempt I won with French. If you have like a little pond to start on, it's insanely good. Like the economy feels so nice to start with a dock. Like my brain literally exploded when I had the game with the French, like just one game, right? And I just built a dock and I was like, I don't need to build house. I have a little pond for myself. I don't need to build house because I built a dock. And now for French and JD, the dock provides population as well. So you need to skip your first house. And let's say your pond can accept 2 dock, which is really nice, or you have a river. Then again, you don't need to build a house because now you just build it 2 dock, which is 20 extra population. So the economy feels really, really good. The reason why I'm not putting into S tier, because let's say you have a bad spawn, you can survive. You have a really fast villager production, which is really good, faster than other civilization, or faster scout production. But the problem is the late game. If you can't secure relics for gold per minute, then your guild hall, I think it just generates 200 or 400 resource per minute or something like that. So it's not as good as other civilization gold per minute, maybe just 200 or 300 gold per minute. So it's not as good as other civilization, but I felt French is insanely good from the get-go. French is good, but the very, very late generation, resource generation is not that insane. So like an English can easily whoop your ass if he wants to. Like Ribaldo Queen can't even be really used if you are playing against English because the Wingard Ranger is gonna just snipe it out. So yeah, guilds are really nice. Cavalry HP insanely busted, but can't survive without gold. And most of the maps doesn't even have neutral markets. But if you have a water spawn, it's really nice, feels good, and can mow down the lobby if you calculate everything correctly. Now, next civilization is gonna be JD. JD got nerfed, but didn't get compensation. Maybe it's F tier. It's not even D tier. So the nerf was that you get half of the XP before finishing the TC. So when you finish the TC, now the XP gain is the same. But the problem is you already start with 1 less villager, right? So now you can't level up JD fast anymore, which was one of the strengths for JD. And as soon as you get JD to the next level, it's very, very late now. Let's say before the nerf, you get JD to level 2 at 3 minutes, which was crazy good. Now JD gets to level 2 at like 6-7 minutes. So it got like 3-4 minute nerf on the JD level up, which is crazy, insanely crazy. And you have only 3 start villager, right? So as soon as you convert JD into level 2, you are 2 villager behind compared to any other player in the lobby. Of course, you can protect yourself with JD, but who the hell cares? Well, you don't have the economy, and also you make villagers really slow as well, right? So again, you make villagers slow, not as fast as French, right? You don't have the bonuses. You start 2 villager less. JD ages up really slowly. It doesn't deserve to be F tier because JD has woes, has everything that French has, right? Of course, it's much harder to buff your stables or archer range or whatever. But I think it doesn't deserve to be in F tier because you have wolves. Yeah, because of that. But JD is not good. For FFA, JD right now feels horrible. Like horrible, horrible. Next one, Ottoman. I think Ottoman is the same as French. It has good start. Everything is nice. You have the trade landmark, which actually gives you 336 gold per minute. If you pick the trade bag, of course, you need to spend the vizier point, which is the trade bag. Oh, it's not bad, but even if the enemy has an army of Great Bombard, my game, I had multiple games against Ottoman with different civilizations. And I had never ever problem destroying the Great Bombards or destroying the Rebuild of King. And also, I lost a few Ottoman games as well. While I was like, okay, I have Great Bombard, I have Rebuild of King, I have Sipahi, I have Janissary. Nothing can beat me. And I got beaten by Ayubid, which was insane. I got beaten by OTD. I got beaten by English. I got beaten by a lot of civilization, even though I played Ottoman, and I thought like, oh yeah, this is gonna be really, really strong on equal population, of course. So not bad. The early game is insanely slow. The mid game also very, very slow with Ottoman, and even the Pax Ottomana is like good if you have like 2-3 TC together, all together, 2 or 3 TC if you have chance. But of course, don't forget, every civilization that has no neighbors in FFA, that's S tier, okay? So if you spawn in a corner and nobody's around you, your civilization is S tier because now you can kill the lobby, right? But we are also considering that you have at least one player next to you, right? So overall, slow passive generation, which is nice. You have the military school that gives you free rest, which is nice, but it's not the same as any other thing because you can't say the military school as good as 10 villager on with English on farm because you want to spend that gold on an upgrade or something. Of course, you get the unit, but I can get unit myself as well. The unit that I want, let's say a cavalry archer or a Sipahi. So overall, it's just A tier. It's not that hard to beat the Ottoman. Myself, I beat many Ottoman as well in FFA. I had no problem to do that. Even the old Ottoman, I had no problem to beat the old Ottoman with equal population. Next civilization is gonna be the Chinese. I think Chinese is still S tier. You have really good gold economy. I think, if I remember correctly, I had 1,000 gold per minute when I built it around the Emperor Academy on an FFA game. Did I had like 80 villagers or 86 villagers? I don't know how many villagers I had on food around the Emperor Academy, but I had a passive 1,000 gold per minute income without considering the relic. So don't even consider the relic or the pagoda. Just naturally from the influence of the Emperor Academy and the IOs collecting the gold from the granaries and the mills. Because I built the granary, I built the mill as well. So yeah, that alone gives you insane gold per minute. You have really good hand cannoneer, really good range. You have Yuan Dynasty, you have grenadiers yourself as well. You have Nest of Bees. You have everything what you need as the Chinese. So for me, China still S tier. Rus from the start of the game generates gold. Now you can pick both the Golden Gate or the Kremlin. Golden Gate will give you faster second and third TC for sure. Or you can build the Kremlin to summon 1,000,000 Kremlin gremlins, which is also really, really nice. So Rus gathers gold from the start of the game because you open up with the hunting cabin and a house. If you don't open up with the hunting cabin, you open up with a dock and a house, let's say, and you get your really insanely strong fishing ships gathering the fish for you. Now, every Rus game I had around 800 passive gold or let's say 700 passive gold income, which again, that's insanely good to have that much of a gold income with Rus in an FFA game. You have cheap siege or stone walls. You can decide between cheap siege or stone walls in Imperial Age. Myself, most of the time I just pick the cheap siege because honestly I believe the siege is still good, and I had many games when I played with the Rus. I was spamming siege, non-stop siege on the field and just spamming siege, and it was insanely good. So I consider that very, very nice and also cheap as well. You have the Stratzy, one of the best hand cannon in the game. Of course, you can't really use the strength, the serpentine powder, because you need to stay with your units and not run away, right? Because if you don't stay, you don't get the attack speed. You have the horse archers, which now has bigger range thanks to the silk bow, which is really nice. So you have more range on the horse archers, and also you have an ability that increases your range by 2 tiles, which again, that's really, really nice. You have really, really strong Imperial Knights. You can easily survive early game. You can easily survive early all-ins as well. Doesn't matter if it's the Kremlin or the Golden Gate. You can survive with your knights and archers and the 20% wood gathering as well. Not gathering speed, but the drop-off. So Rus is the same as like China or English. You can survive early game. You can survive all-ins. Late game, really good, good gold generation, and also you can rush Castle Age to pick up some relics with all these 3 civilizations, which is really nice. Now the next one we're gonna talk about is Mongols. I think Mongols is insanely horrible for FFA. You can easily get targeted. You don't have keeps. You can't really hide your monarch or king. If it's, let's say, not an FFA with like monarch or king, it's a normal FFA, then it wouldn't be F tier. But the current FFA we have a king, we have a monarch, because we don't want to, you know, like 10,000 hours long games. So I think the biggest problem with Mongols is that even though you can start with the Dark Age stable and etc, that you can easily get sniped. But I'm not sure if that deserves an F tier. I will consider it, because the next one is Ayubid. Well, Ayubid is really gold heavy. So even your unique unit like an Abbasid that doesn't need gold to have insanely strong units, right? Ayubid, like, it's just gold hungry. And if you get land mega random, you just suck. You just suck. If you get land mega random, Ayubid is just dead because you can't spam your gold units, which, like, literally everything gold that's strong. Normal archers, they are not strong. They are not Abbasid archers. They are poop. They are literally poop archer. Your spearmen, not the same as Abbasid. They are literally the poop spearmen. You don't have boot camp. I think Abbasid, Ayubid needs something, or maybe just take away the gold cost from the desert raiders and just increase the food and wood, because this gold cost that everything costs gold, even the gambling costs gold as well for the Ayubid. That makes the civ not really as good as Abbasid. Yeah, Abbasid in my eyes, even though you don't have gold generation, you have one of the best trash units into the game next to Malian. So Abbasid and Malian can literally fight each other, like which civilization has the best trash units into the game, right? So Abbasid has insanely good trash units. Malian has insanely good trash units. Now you have Monza Musafadi warrior, or Monza javelin thrower, or you have freeborns, even though they are not really trash units because all of them cost gold. But the Musafadi warrior cost only 20 gold, which is not really high compared to the, I think, 50 gold for the desert raider. So your poison archers can stack endlessly. You have Donzo, which already has more HP than a normal spearman and also can throw their javelin, which just does a hell lot of damage, right? You have warrior scouts, which is a really nice budget horseman. Cheap and really nice. For the Abbasid, you have more HP on the spearman, longer range. You have the Gulam, more HP on the Gulam. You have the archers that like literally shoots like a machine gun. Or you have the camel archers, which again that shoots like a machine gun, has insane amount of HP, and you can easily spam them, and they can destroy everything. If it's infantry, if it's cavalry, the camel archers can easily destroy them. So you really don't need that much of a gold compared to other civilizations. There was a question in the chat: didn't you win 003 with Ayubids? Well, that's different. Like I wasn't getting attacked, so that was my example. If you are not getting attacked, every civilization is S tier. Okay, so I was in that game the only player who wasn't getting attacked by no one, right? I was on the, so with that, even Mongol is S tier. Let's say Mongol is in the corner, nobody is attacking the Mongol player, then it's S tier civilization, right? But what I'm considering is also if you have a player next to you. Like I had a player next to me, B, but I couldn't beat him and I couldn't come back. I was losing villagers non-stop. And in the end, I just died. If I had B, if B was next to me and I had English or China or Rus or Abbasid or Malian, I wouldn't have that much of a problem and I wouldn't have suffering that much. But on that game, I had Ayubid. There was one player next to me who was non-stop attacking me and I couldn't do shit. If I was Mongol, I wouldn't have done like literally nothing. I couldn't have done nothing. If I was JD, I would have been dead as well. So what I'm considering when I'm making this civ tier list is that if a player is next to me, can I come back to the game when I defeat him or what happens, you know? So it's not just like, oh yeah, because their kids are insanely good, what they have. So next one is OOTD. Well, OOTD, the problem with the civilization, but if OOTD gets 50x of population is broken, it's fucking not. Okay, don't get these lies into your head. If a civilization is based on erratic numbers, in my head, it's not a good civilization. Okay, so let's say you don't get any relics. You just have spearmen and archers, hooray, and horsemen. So in my eyes, that's not really good. You will die to any kind of fucking push, right? You will die. Like if Zhu Xi pushes you and you are OOTD, you are dead. If any other like civilization is here at the top, is next to you, you're dead. Even if you make guild in Manatarms, you are dead. This guy has knights. This guy has Lombo and Manatarm. This guy has Chuganyu. This guy has Camel Archer. This guy has Musafari Warrior. So those guys can easily kill you if you are next to them. So the reason why I'm not putting it into D and F, because if let's say you have a neighbor that's not really close to you, so you can rush to castle and secure some relics, then it's really good. OOTD is really. But again, if you are alone in the corner, even Ayubid is S tier. Okay, so it doesn't matter. Delhi. I think Delhi right now is S tier as well. The only reason, so I don't want to really put into S tier because if we get a patch, definitely the elephants will get nerfed, like to the ground, because devs will not let the elephants to be a broken state like this. So for now, I'm gonna put Delhi into A tier. Okay, so let's just not think about the elephants. Okay, just let's think about why Delhi is at least A tier but not S tier. So if we remove the elephants, what Delhi has? Delhi has free upgrades, insane. Delhi can't generate resource gold per minute for free. It can generate food per minute for free with the historical, which is nice. You have Own Blade, you have Tower of Victory, you have Scholars, so you have all these really nice things. If any of these civilizations starting next to you, or this one, you're gonna struggle a lot. You can't capture sacred sites, but because you have all the upgrades for free, and let's say the closest opponent is 50 tiles away, then you have no problem. You have no problem of going to TC, you have no problem protecting yourself against an all-in. You most likely gonna protect yourself, defend yourself, but in the end, because that player is trying a lot against you, you're not gonna come back because someone on the map is gonna attack you and you're gonna die to a third party, right? But because of the free upgrades, because of the really good nice upgrades you have from the House of Learning, that it deserves at least to be A tier. And again, the reason why I'm not putting it into S tier, because the only reason why Delhi would be S tier is because the elephants. But the reason why I'm not putting it into S tier, it is S tier. Okay, so note it down right now. Get the paper and the pencil or your notepad on your computer and write it down. Delhi is S tier with the elephants. Without elephants, Delhi is just A tier. Byzantine, S tier easily. Like, I don't know why people are complaining about Byzantine. On FFA, you can do a hell lot of things. Like, let's see what can you do here. You can make a Manatarm in Dark Age. Nice. You can make scouts in Dark Age. Nice. You can build tower fast, I think. Right? Can you? I think you can. You can build tower. There's nothing you can do with the Dark Age. There's nothing you can do with the Dark Age. Byzantine in the Dark Age can put down a cistern, and you can literally abuse that cistern to build your town center wherever you want to build it. You know what I mean? So someone is building to my location. I'm just gonna build a cistern. I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna stab your ass. And that's it. Now I'm stabbing your ass. You need to relocate your TC because I just activated the accretory defense. With the accretory defense, my villagers became a spearman. And yeah, that's it. Okay. Also, late game, because you generate two different resources, olive oil and the normal food. Yeah, so Chinese doesn't build tower fast. Oh, never mind. Then, but the late game is insane strong. Because you generate olive oil as well, you can pick if you want to make siege, or you can pick to build like the Palatine school. You can sell, like suddenly you sell all your olive oil into gold, and now you can queue up 10 cataphracts, and there's a chance that maybe, let's say, I will get now 5 extra cataphracts because the Palatine school, or just I get 2 extra cataphracts. It's a fucking gamble at that one as well. So also you can make strats, you can make longbow, you can make Landsknechte, you can make tower elephant, you can make Kashik, a lot of unit, whatever you need. Or if there's a no-turn market on the map and you have a chance to get a war elephant, that's really nice. So Byzantine passive generation that can make gold units for you, insanely good. Also, as I said, if there is no other Byzantine player in the lobby, you can sell your own resource that nobody can do anything with it, okay? So if you are the only Byzantine player in the lobby, you can sell the olive oil, and that gold ratio will never ever be like changed by anyone. So when the olive oil price goes back to 70 gold per 100, nobody can sell olive oil, only yourself, which means you have a passive gold generation selling olive oil, which is amazing. All right, Japanese Zhu Xi and HRE. Now that's a really good question, because I think HRE is not an S tier civilization. It's at least an A tier civilization. We are down from the infantry. The infantry is not as strong as it was before, right? So your Manhattan doesn't have that much of an HP anymore, so they die faster, which means HRE has to make crossbow, hand cannoneer. You can't just spam Manhatans, Landsknechte, spearman, or horse, like just the lone spamming. So HRE is really strong if you have relics. Now, I had a game where I had no relics, or I had only one relic. It was on Outback Octagon as well. I was separated from players. I was not getting by anyone. But because I couldn't secure relics, my economy was so garbage. Like, I can't even describe how bad my economy was because I couldn't secure relics. But of course, you still have one of those units which is like nice, but you know, it's like, it's nice, but is it really good? Not at all. HRE was always focused on his little relics. If you can secure it, you can do a burger rush. Let's say you have a neighbor, you can do a burger rush. So let me put something like that. Okay, this is better. You can easily kill all these guys with the burger rush, no problem. Of course, you can't kill Malian or Abbasid or Byzantine or Rus or China or English. You can't kill them with burger rush, but you can kill all those other civilizations with burger rush very easily. But other than that, like, there is not really much to talk about HR because it's, let's say, a basic civ. Japanese. I think Japanese is the same thing as HRE. But you know what? I think Japanese is even better than HRE. So I'm gonna put in front of HRE. You can fast castle, amazing. You can go. So I had a game against an HRE player where he rushed me with a burger, but I went up with Temple of Equality. Now, his burger was useless because the Temple of Equality monks were putting the 50% minus damage on those manatoms. So what happened is that the burger HRE Manaton was literally just tickling me, like ticky, literally tickling me. You can get relics with the other landmark, or you can get Buddhist monks, which takes population, but you get 20 gold per minute per Buddhist monk. So all over the gold generation, the passive income is not as good as the other civilization. You can easily die to an English, China, Rus, Byzantine, Abbasid, and Malian if it's your neighbor. It's not a bad civilization. Would I be happy if I get Japanese on a Outback Octagon 3 tournament? No, honestly no. But other than that, yeah, very good. Now, Zhu Xi. Zhu Xi insanely easily S tier civilization is the same as China. I think I'm gonna put next to China. You don't even need Song Dynasty to rush, to Chuganyu rush. So the few games I saw when someone played with China or Zhu Xi and they were rushing in feudal age, they were securing kills. Okay, so you had no problem to kill someone in the tournament, in the Outback Octagon tournament. By the way, I feel like this is much better. Yeah. So you had no problem at all to secure a kill in Outback Octagon if you play China or Zhu Xi, because the Chuganyu Rush. And again, as I said, I played Ayubid against B. He was feudal Chuganyu Rush me, and I was dead. I was even with a fast age up to mangonels, etc. But it doesn't matter because the Chuganyu is insanely strong. So you can't really do it again. Like Camel Lancers died, Gulams died. Ayubid is just insanely bad as a civilization for FFA. It's really hard to protect yourself. So, do I like the tier list, what I made for this? I absolutely like it. And I think this is for the whole season 9. So again, the reason why I put Delhi to A tier, because I think they promised a patch this month, or is it the next month? I don't remember, because in one of the patch it said we're gonna get one more patch before season 10, right? So in season 9, aka this year, we're gonna get one more patch, and I'm pretty sure in that patch they're gonna nerf the elephants. So as soon as the elephant get nerfed, I don't want to make another tier list video and like, oh yeah, everything is the same, just Delhi goes down one. You know what I mean? So the reason again why I'm putting Delhi here, because I'm already considering that they will nerf the elephants. That's what I'm considering. All right, so this is my tier list video for FFA. Thank you so much for watching and see you next time. Woo!